Okay, this is Rod Kusin and Spooman for Risk on video 2 for September the 9th, Friday, all times on the chart, Central Standard Time. We're demoing our new perfect trader indicator, for lack of a better word. And there was a video that was preceding this, which we highly recommend that you go back and look at the video that preceded this, so that you see what we've done so far today. Now, just very briefly, this indicator, which is shown at the bottom here, can't tell you what it is, but it serves several purposes. It aids us to know where the spoos are going to go before they get there, and it also tells us where to take the trade. That's kind of nice. But we're in the programming stage of this indicator. It hasn't yet been turned into a strategy. So what we want to do is just show you its potential, and you're simply not going to believe this, but we're going to show you why it's true, short of telling you exactly how it's done. So we're going to very quickly here discuss what was happening in just the last half hour. Now, go back to the other video if you want a more detailed explanation of the indicator. You need to do that. We saw evidence of a short trade, and here's what was really nice. Right as we came in here to this price level here, all right, we had a setup bar that said that the spoos were going to retrace. They dropped to another setup bar here that said we're going to come back down. Okay, so that's real nice. One says we're going to go up, the other says we're going to come back down. So once we've come back down and we head back up, we know exactly what to do. We need to look for the opportunity to short the trade, short the move. We short this. One option, okay, this bar here, okay, right there, was also predictive that the spoos were not going to short until they were back up at 1105. So while the indicator comes down below the line, which is normally, this is normally what we want to see to take a short, we're not shorting it yet because this bar said hold, wait for the spoos to be back at 1105 and wait for the bars to go negative below the threshold line. That's what they do right in here. Okay, that's what they do. Boom. There's the short. And as we move back down, what happens is we get another predictive bar right there. It says we're going back up. All right, now we have to take corrective measures to make sure that we don't lose on this trade. We move along, and finally she drops down in here, and notice what happens. We have another setup bar here. Here's a potential setup. It's really more of a retracement, but the setup bar takes place right here. And that says we're going to move back up. So we want to take a long trade when the spoos have moved down, the indicator is above the lower threshold and is a positive color. Green's a positive color. There's the long right there. We're looking for a retracement back up to the upper line, which is what we see happen there. So that hit where we expected it to go. Now we're live, and let's see what we've got going here. All right, we've got several indications here of another setup. Right there was a setup. This is a setup bar. Indicated we'd be dropping back to this level, which we did. So we want to short this move, and we're looking for the Spoos to drop below the line. Okay? Pardon me, I said that wrong. We want the indicator to drop below the upper threshold with a negative slope on a negative bar, a yellow or a magenta bar. Okay, and there you have it, right there. Let's look at this. That isn't that bar right there. That's not it. This bar is not it because it's green. That's positive. This bar is. It's negative. Okay, so there's your short. Right there. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like that. Okay. So here's our target. We still expect this to get hit. Now let's see what else is going on. Okay, nice negative slope. And we'll come back as soon as we have something to report on. Okay, looks like we're coming down. Nice long bar continues to suggest we'll be dropping. Now I've kind of flattened out here, and we're getting some positive bars in here. This could indicate a little bit of a move up. There's just a very gradual slope here down. But it's not much. Okay, we may have a setup bar forming right here. See how this next bar closes. This bar here could be a setup bar indicating that if we get a drop here with some divergence down here, we should be looking to go back up. So we'll see how this closes. Okay, well, it did that. Just that quick. But now we have another potential setup bar at that price. So as soon as we can see a bit more confirmation, we'll come back. But that's what we look for. Either of these two bars could be setup bars where we would expect a drop and then a rally back. And see, that's what we got going right now. So let's draw our line. The indicator will do this automatically once we have it fully coded. Let's make that green. Should continue to drop. Should go below 275. Now if it goes right back up, it's game over for that move. In other words, if it goes back up to that line before it drops below 03. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, see, it's coming back down to this line. Oops. Let's just go ahead and end that. So we're now looking to go long on a move after this completes itself. Okay, now we haven't quite got a positive bar yet, but we should see a long trade moving back up to the line. We'll come back as soon as we've got as soon as the bars get to the point where they show us that it's ready, we'll come back so we don't use up valuable time as this drops. Okay, that happened rather quickly. Okay, right there was our long trade bar. It's positive. We're at at least an equal low to the previous lows. Okay, that's a positive bar. It's white. Positive bars are either white or green. So there's your long trade right there. That bar right there. Okay, expecting the retracement back up. Now we're in a little bit of a danger zone right now because of see the slope of this? See that slope? That indicates that this is liable to come straight back down. And it may not even get back up to this retracement line before that occurs. So if we're in a long trade here, we definitely need to take precautions so that we don't lose any money on this trade. And what those precautions may be are of course subjective. Dump the trade, tighten the stop, one of the two. I prefer tighten the stop, because we could at least get 3 ticks out of this. This is not much. This is up at 350. Your best entry here would have been at 250. So getting up to the line with a limit order at 350 would be your a 4-tick move. Now looking at these bars here, it does suggest that we're going to continue to test 325, so hopefully it'll move right up to 350. Now incidentally, we kept on hitting 325, 325, and see where the indicator started to go. The indicator was dropping below the upper threshold, indicating that potentially we're going to come down. So another precaution against holding this long trade. Weakness in the indicator, a divergence, in other words. But now we're back up again. So perhaps we are going to go ahead and manage to nail that green line at 11:03:50. Now, in the time remaining, since we're kind of moving sideways here, just a couple of things to recap. This is a brand new indicator in its early stages of final coding. The intent here is to generate an indicator that will allow you to know where the spoos are going to go before they get there. Those are our green and red lines that we're drawing here. That will give us very specific trade signals And a lot of programming has to go into this. We don't know exactly how long this is going to take. We don't know exactly how much it's going to cost us either. But by the time